You bacon, smell the aroma. Oh, what a feeling.
Hey guys, it's Mr. Weinstein, and I want to do one of my favorite lessons, which is on abstract art. This is actually two lessons. First, I do the student samples, and then later on, I will show you the professionals that influence these students. But I think it's easy for you guys to look at these and say, I could do work like that. So, the student responses to abstract art. The object of this lesson is to encourage students to create art. Take inspiration, steal techniques wherever you can. Student responses might incorporate language, combine with other lessons, imitate a professional, be completely original. Sometimes experiment with just black and white. You can utilize markers, colored pencils, crayons, or other art supplies. This first piece, I want to tell you, this is an example of Zentangles. I talk a lot about Zentangles in class. Just last year, a student introduced me to this art form, and I have really appreciate it. It's as simple as segmenting your page any way you like, and then finding a repetitive pattern. There are a million patterns online, or of course you can invent your own. This is a terrific piece, and the black versus the red contrast really adds to it. It's a really special piece. This piece, also very special. Abstract art does incorporate, of course, powerful traditional symbols like the yin-yang. This piece was all done with a Sharpie marker. Reminds me to encourage you to experiment with black and white. Of course, we love our color pieces, but you should always experiment in black and white also. This is an optical illusion art. This is also a type of abstract art. This is a little more of a two-dimensional piece. Color saturation, geometric abstraction would be the genre. And geometric abstraction, it's very out there for anybody to do it. You do not have to be a great artist, a great drawer, to get into abstract art like this. You know, it's just about segmenting your page and having a ton of fun with colors and taking risks and investing the time, and you know, you get the therapeutic benefits of art making. This piece I love to show because it's the stream of consciousness on the left, the language, and it's ink with the watercolor painting on the right, and it fits in here well. It shows off that combo piece where you could be part language, part visual art. This is another one of these very spiritual, traditional symbols type of pieces, and this piece was cut out in this shape, and great. This piece took a long time, and it's a real, it's a testimony to like your patience and that third eye that is in the center of this, you know, and this is a piece that speaks of Zen. This piece was done in response to gun massacres. Great, amazing contrast between the colored pencil and the gray out here. And of course, it has the language in it, but then it also has these symbols and abstract art in there. This was a cool piece, and I remember when the student turned it in, it originally had nothing in the middle. And I said, do you want to think about adding some language? And she put these Halsey lyrics in there. And this is a cool color wheel sort of a piece. Fantastic sloganeering. I love the abstract art combining with the language and make art, not war. Great slogan. Terrific piece. The yellow just pops, and the way the lettering is left in white. Be creative with that white space. Study this one. Look at the black outline around the letters, leaving the interior white. Then the white, the yellow background just pops everything. This piece, I always adored this piece. So during my lesson, when I would do it in class, I would always talk about how much these paintings get sold for. You know, I mean, some art pieces have sold for $300 million. And so you could see my former student, Catherine Pham, titling this mind map, "Anyone Can Do It," parentheses, "Where's my 7 million?" And in it, she shows off that she can do the styles of all these artists. P.A. Mondrian, he is known for the geometric boxes, but very plain, no real content. The box itself is the content. Albers, known for these pieces called Homage to the Square. He did thousands of them, where he is showing how colors contrast and you can read a color based on the colors around it, and it's all about the harmonious gel. Juan Moreau, known for, he loved children's art, and he actually kind of dialed down the intellectual complexity of his art to make art more like children do, which that's actually a common theme in my slideshow about the professionals, trying to get in touch with the inner child. Lee Krasner, she was Jackson Pollock's wife, and also a terrific abstract painter, and I encourage you to study up on her. Abstract painting is a man's world, but of course there are terrific female abstract painters worth studying and imitating, and Lee Krasner is a great place to start. Over here, she's got Kandinsky. He did these circles. He was known for this piece, these concentric circles, also kind of showing this harmony, and then also the cubism. And then here is Catherine Pham's The Coffee Stain. A terrific, complex, and wonderful mind map by Catherine Pham in response to the abstract art lesson. Take risks. A lot of times students will incorporate the class slogans on abstract arts. This is a great piece about perspective and, of course, high-level artist here. And a lot of language combined with visual art in this perspective piece. This piece combines abstract art with a calligram of a Christmas tree, of course, in the center, and sort of a stained glass look to that one. As soon as this piece was turned in, I really fell in love with it. This was in response to losing a loved one, and it says, "Somewhere better." Great language, and those flowers, the time invested, and the color, and the beauty of it, and the hand on the door, and the hat, everything about this piece is absolutely wonderful. This is another piece, took a long time. These mandalas, I mean, you can kind of see them in these flowers here and in a lot of pieces I show. The mandala is this spiritual, geometric figures like this, and a lot of times they're flowering. And, look up the mandala, of course, if you want to study up on the symbol. It's a great symbol. And this piece was beautiful, and the contrast of that pencil rose with those colors in the background is exceptional. Of course, I encourage students to cartoon. Great cartoon here. Look, oh, whose glasses are these? Puts them on. Oh, look at all the color. And Spencer Auslander says, must be Weinstein's. Yes, this is how I view the world, of course. This is an imitation a student did of a painter by the name of Sean Scully. Sean Scully's still alive. He's probably in his late 80s now. And he is like P.A. Mondrian 2.0, geometric abstraction. To me, of course, they remind me of parquet floors, but a lot of fun to do a Sean Scully. This is intense optical illusion art done by a student. She did a few of these and left me the originals. Mind-blowing. The ruler work, incredible ruler work and patience and repetition of that same color tones. Intense. This piece was done by a student who went to art school, and he was looking through my sketchbook, which if you looked at my other video, I take you through my sketchbooks. And he was looking through that first sketchbook, that really old one. And then he made this piece, and I asked him, what is this piece about? And he said he imagines a kid looking at this painting in an art gallery, and all these things might be like what he's thinking as he's looking. And finally, an absolute classic, all-time favorite of mine. This floral, geometric, it actually has a yin-yang right at the center of it. Total color saturation, no language, abstract art piece. It's so beautiful. And it makes me feel good to just study this piece. So beautiful, beautiful work. Okay, that's it. This is actually goes into the professionals that will be in that next video. But I hope that you have enjoyed my showcase on the student abstract art. I'll let Jay-Z take it out with Picasso Baby.